Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from asortofinterestinglife.com. You're joining me on board good old narrowboat Tilly, and it's a very nice chilly evening, just the start of autumn, really heading into winter very quickly now. I've just got back on board, but what are we actually going to talk about tonight? Well, I'm about to point the camera at the desk at the top end there, and we're going to basically talk about a few different pens and little items like that may be the ideal gift for a pen lover and stationery addict, filofaxer, insert other name there. So it could be considered a gift guide for people who are looking to buy something for one of those people, or what it's really going to be is me talking about a couple of pens and things that I really like for a few minutes, and then hopefully giving you some ideas. Anyway, let's stop all this talking to the camera and see some pens. So here is our selection of things that I want to talk about. We have got a Cross Classic Century pen, a Lamy Vista fountain pen, and a Parker IM. Now, what I will start off with first is this. This is the Cross Century Classic or Classic Century. I'm never 100% on which way around those words are meant to go, but as you can see, it's a very small, very thin pen if we line it up there. And that one is my that's what I keep in my pocket notebook, which I also use as a wallet. So this is always with me. This is the matte black and gold finish. I'm not sure what carat gold it is, but those retail for around £59. But if you look on Amazon and shop around, then you can get them obviously a lot cheaper. But you can also get them engraved with initials. So once again, keeping in the theme of gift ideas and that sort of thing. So that's my first one, and this is probably my favourite pen ever. I just absolutely love it. Trying to keep everything in focus here, I hope we're not getting too much in the light. But that is a nice, simple, straightforward biro, this one, and you can obviously get different refills and inserts of bold, medium and fine and all of that, but that's one that I think needs an honourable mention. Absolutely love it. It's so small and thin, and I just love it. The black and the gold, beautiful. Right, next up we have got I think we'll go for the Parker IM first, and there's more to these fountain pens than meets the eye, because if we pop this open, I've got on this, as you can see, once again, this is a simple fountain pen, and I don't want to dwell too much on any of these, as I'm trying to keep some of my product reviews and product demonstrations as shorter videos, but hopefully you can get the general gist of this. So that's the Parker IM, all very nice, but the secret that we reveal when we unscrew the back is that this has in fact got a piston converter, and this is one of the Parker converters. So as you can see, basically, if we pop that off there, this is, instead of having a standard ink cartridge, put that to one side, this is obviously empty at the moment, which, cool, that's very handy, because I'm about to do a video of I'm about to demonstrate in this video how you fill one up. Cool, that couldn't have worked out any better and wasn't planned at all, I guarantee. But basically this, instead of having a standard ink cartridge that you're familiar with, which is just very similar to this bottom part, this here has basically got a simple mechanism there where you can slide that up, and you'll see in the actual cartridge part now, the ink storage part, the piston is now right at the very top. So what we're about to do is dip into some let's go for some Parker Quink. Let's keep all of the Parker stuff in the Parker pen. So if we undo this, ooh. Now this is going to be a very, very steady, careful job. Get some kitchen roll ready, because I've got a feeling my hands may not be as clean as they were at the start of this video. So basically these are what you use to refill fountain pens from when you see ink bottles, and I've got a Parker Quink bottle here which is quick drying ink, and I've noticed that does tend to evaporate in the pen quite quickly if it's not used. And I've also got a Lamy green bottle of ink here, which we'll get to that in just a second. But basically, to fill this, you could do it with the pen itself still, like with the nib dipping it into the ink there, but if I try and line that up properly, oh, it's all going on. And you can see, just by dipping the end of the cartridge in and then using the piston to pull the ink up, we've now got a full ink cartridge there. Again, what we definitely need to get done now, and hopefully very swiftly, is just pop that into the end of the nib, as if you were doing it with any other ink cartridge, And there we have it. That's now your piston refilled pen, refilled via the piston and a bottle of ink. Now, of course, what you're really going to want to do instantly is get that pen sorted, screw that on, pop the lid back on, and then get that bottle back on. So first of all, you don't want it drying, and secondly, and more importantly, you don't want it spilling. So that's the Parker IM and a Parker piston converter, and the Parker Quink. Those three things together I think are absolutely beautiful, absolutely love it, and a great gift. This, though, is probably my favourite fountain pen of all time. This is my favourite pen of all time and the second favourite here. Now, this is a Lamy Vista fountain pen, which is basically the same as the Lamy Safari, which when I was showing a friend at work who's into pens he was so taken with it that he bought himself a yellow one. And the Lamy Safari and Vista's only difference is that the Vista is see-through. And what I love about having the Vista is, as you can see there, I have also got a weird cartridge in this one. And once again, I'll just let you hopefully have a little look at what this pen's like. I really do absolutely love this pen. If we screw the back off here, then you can see that here we've got the green ink in it, but this is a Lamy piston cartridge. Pop that out, and this is slightly different to the Parker one. Parker do a similar one to this, but this, basically, instead of having the up and down piston, you twist that. So once again, you dip it into the ink, just as we've seen, and then you twist that down first of all before you dip it to get the piston at the bottom, then twist it to suck the ink up, just like on the Parker. But again, personally, I think that nice pens like these, plus the sort of novelty of having the piston, let's check. Yeah, that all seems in order. Always terrified of these coming loose in my bag and covering everything in ink. There we go. But what I just love this. I really do absolutely love the Lamy. And I really do love the idea of having the piston cartridges in there, because there's just something nice about being able to, oh, I'm running out of ink, better fill up, and you just get your little ink bottle. I mean, you're literally filling a fountain pen from an ink bottle. It's traditional and it's just lovely. It's a really great activity. I thoroughly enjoy it. Right, I'm not going to open this one, but I am going to say that the Lamy inks I'm a big fan of, and far more a fan of these than the Parker inks. Because, as you can see, you've got this quite interesting, intriguing little design, and you've got that bottom part there, which is when you dip stuff in, dip the fountain pen in to refill, you've got that little pool in the middle that's obviously deeper, so you can get a proper covering of the nib or of the end of the cartridge. But they also come with these strips already perforated of blotting paper, which obviously is extremely handy and extremely useful for refilling messy ink cartridges, and to be able to just fill up, and then you've instantly got the handy little addition of this roll of blotting paper to quickly mop up the nib or mop up anything that's spilled, is obviously extremely handy indeed. So I'm a huge fan of that. One of the things I'll say as well, Lamy have thought of everything, as this is sort of a semi-waterproof back, so that if you put that around the nib, it absorbs the ink, but it doesn't just go straight through onto your fingers. So that's all good thinking if you ask me. Anyway, I think it's time to head back over to standing up and wrap this video up. On that note, I will say thank you very much for watching. Check out my other videos for all sorts of notebooks and pens and filofaxes and organisers and all sorts of videos to do with paper-based organisation and goodness knows what else. Of course, check out my other videos to see a load of narrowboat life and the great outdoors. And feel free to subscribe, like the Facebook page, and even add me personally on Facebook and Twitter to see some general canal life photos and updates. And until the next time, I suppose, have a fantastic day. Farewell.